Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing great today. I appreciate those of you watching this video. Hope you enjoy it. And if you've already seen this movie, because this is an oldie, leave some comments. Let me know what you liked about the movie, if you didn't like it. And am I crazy for not liking John Wayne? I've seen this one, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, and some other John Wayne movies. And there's something about John Wayne I just don't really like. I don't know. I mean, his movies are alright. Just, I don't know. I don't like John Wayne for some reason. Can't really put my finger on it. I don't know. Maybe it is because, man, I think it's his acting style. Well, anyways, enough about me complaining about John Wayne. I mean, not liking John Wayne. Let's talk about the Alamo. Is this historic accurate? Yes and no. Like, the real reason they were at the Alamo was actually to burn it down, but the people who was going to burn it down decided that the Alamo would have been a great strategic position for the military to help fight against Mexico, so they stuck around. In this movie, they go to the Alamo to buy time for Sam Houston to train up some men so they can fight the Mexicans in order to liberate Texas from Mexico. And there's probably other historical inaccuracies there, trying to think of the word. So anyways, I did, some things I did like about this movie was that the heroes were all on the same page. Like, they had different ideas on what would be the best way to either defend the Alamo, or if they should defend it at all, or try to escape. Not try to escape, but abandon it. That part was kind of historically accurate in this, and so I kind of like how there was kind of conflict within the group on what to really do with the Alamo. They didn't really all, like I said, agree with the plan. What the guy in charge was Travis, especially Travis and Bowie there. They basically fought back and forth. So you really had two sides for the viewer to choose. Do you choose Travis' side, where you fight to the last man at the Alamo, hoping to get reinforcements to help to win the day, or do you be like Bowie and just kind of abandon the Alamo and move on because you know it's a losing battle? And the character Travis comes off kind of I would say, man, the word I want to use, kind of a dickhead. I'm just going to say it. He comes off kind of like pompous, like he knows everything, that he's perfect. Excuse me, get something in my throat. Perfect, like he can do no wrong. He's very that kind of character. And the Bowie's kind of like your more realistic guy, trying to say, hey man, there's no way we can win this battle if Santana comes here. And then you have Davy Crockett, who's kind of like the mediator between the two. He understands both men's position in this, though he does probably favor Travis's side a little bit more, but he understands where Bowie's coming from, and so he kind of helps Travis get Bowie on his side. So I did really like that part, you know, of the movie where there's conflict like that. Everybody's all on board, gun-ho to defend the Alamo to the last. And Travis does come around near the end of the movie. You know, he actually gives the men a choice to either stay and fight, or they can try to slip out and escape the Alamo. Not really much commentary about the Santana and the Mexicans. Just that, you know, the basically the propaganda about the Mexican government. And, you know, propaganda could be a true propaganda or false propaganda. I'm not really going to get into that much. But what else? But I think, you know, so you don't really get too much on the Mexican side of the thing. Just that, you know, they're trying to, you know, trying to hold their territory, trying to make sure it doesn't separate. So this is a very, I guess you could say, in today's world, today's politics, you could say this is probably anti-illegal immigration. Just because all these Americans came into Texas, and then because you have so many Americans there, they said, hey, we're just going to take Texas away from you, Mexico. And that's basically what they did. So you could probably apply it to a little bit to today's politics a little bit on that front, and why some people might be a little hesitant to allow so many people just to cross the border and come into the country, because it could sow discord within society and stuff like that. So you kind of get that in this movie, though that's not the core reason why I guess John Wayne wanted to make it. I guess according to IMDb, or is that he kind of made it as like a Cold War conversational piece or something. Didn't really get that in this, but I did get more of the like the immigration thing, which is kind of true because there was a bunch of Americans that went down to Texas. They started to rebel and be dissatisfied with the Mexican government, and so they basically fought and broke Texas away from them. So the action sequences, I thought were very well done in this. Moving on to something a little bit more lighter here. You got a lot of like sabotaging going on from our heroes because they're really outgunned from this from the Mexicans, and then the whole way how they defended the fort, the Alamo, and this by pure numbers the Mexicans were able to overrun them. But the fighting scenes I thought were very well done. Very well choreographed. You didn't get a whole lot of hand-to-hand. I think the military technology, though, was a little outdated. Not outdated. It was a little falsified a little bit. Pretty sure there's some people there firing multiple shots without having to reload after every shot there. You got guns with multiple, bullets in the chamber. If you know about that time period, you had to shoot, put the powder back in, and do all that good stuff just to get off another shot. I think there was a couple scenes where, this got continual shooting, but it didn't really take away from the imagination from being enthralled in this. But if you're a history buff, that might be a little annoying for you. Overall, the movie's like 2 hours, if I remember right, 2 to 2.5 hours. It was very entertaining, kept you engaged, got really good characters in there. Like I said, you can choose Travis, who is very pompous. Bowie's more like you're realistic. And then, you got your Davy Crockett. All three of them really are people you can get behind, root for. And if you don't know the history, you just never heard of the Alamo, you probably root for them to succeed. But, this makes the ending more tragic for you. That's kind of informal. It does, as long as you don't believe everything that's going on in the movie, it can kind of give you more knowledge about really what happened in the Alamo. I believe like the fighting for the most part was realistic. In real life, I believe the Mexican government attacked it before dawn, around 6 o'clock in the morning. This one is, they make it where they came and attacked around noon. It's probably so for cinematography purposes, it's a little bit easier to shoot fighting scenes during the daylight. You can actually see what's going on. I imagine that probably was the choice, though I could be wrong. I don't really know why, but if I was making the movie, I'll probably make it around noon too, just because it would be easier with the lighting and stuff like that. So should you check out the Alamo? Yeah, I'll recommend the Alamo. I'm not going to highly recommend it, but I'm going to just give it a solid recommend. I believe as a kid I watched a different Alamo movie, but I could be wrong. I was so little. I was like 4 or 5. And there's some things that I remember. I don't remember John Wayne being in it. So I have to look it up and see if there's another Alamo movie that came back in the 70s and the 80s. But I could be wrong. Memories always fail you. So basically that's all I get to say about the Alamo. I did enjoy it. I recommend it. It got good fighting scenes. I like the interactions between the three characters and how you, as a viewer, you get to decide which side would you have been on. Personally, I think I might have been on Bowie's side, which probably says a lot about the generation I grew up in. Back then, men were a little different. You didn't mind sacrificing yourself so much. Just think of how they fought the Civil War and how they fought wars after that. Anyways, hope you had a great day. And until next time,